Welcome to the Fret Frontier. Today's episode continues on our one chord song, Thanks a Lot, that we're using to learn a collection of skills on our guitar. In our last episode, we learned how to add a fill while we were accompanying ourselves that echoed the melody. In this episode, we're going to take that into another option, which is to add a fill that's a melodic riff, just based on the key that we're in. And in this case, we're playing off of a G chord, so we're in the key of G. So what this fill is going to sound like, just give you a brief sample. Thanks a lot. Thanks for the sun in the sky. Thanks a lot. Thanks for the clouds so high. Okay, so as part of learning how to do our melodic fill for this song, we will learn the notes in the key of G. We're going to look at them along our first 3 strings. So let's go ahead and play those notes now. Starting on our 3rd string, we would play open, that's a G. Then we would take our 2nd finger, put it on the 2nd fret of the 3rd string, that is A. Then we'll go to the 2nd string open, that's B. 1st finger, 1st fret, 2nd string, that's C. 3rd finger, 3rd fret, 2nd string, D. 1st string open, E, and then 2nd finger, 2nd fret, 1st string, that's F sharp. So key of G has 1 sharp in it, F sharp. And then we'll have our 3rd finger on the 3rd fret of the 1st string, that's G again. In this particular key, the key of G, we have a sharp, 1 sharp, and it's F sharp. For the purpose of this lesson, we're not going to go into detail on major scales. We're just going to learn this one scale, and we're going to focus on listening to how a major scale sounds. So let's go ahead and play that together. We're going to play it up, then we will play it in reverse. So bring the notes up on the screen as we're playing it. Play it with me. I'll count us in on 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, rest. 4, now down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, rest. And we're done. So let's do that one more time. This time instead of counting the beats, I'll say the notes out loud. And that's something that you can do as well to get used to this sound and start to memorize your notes on these strings in this particular area. So we'll do that together. Count to 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. G, A, B, C, D, E, F sharp, G. G, F sharp, E, F, C, B, A, G. Okay, so now we've heard the notes individually. Next thing we want to do is harmonize those notes in with the sound of that G chord. So we're going to play this G scale again, only this time we're going to add in notes from our G chord each time we play our note from our scale, and I'll show you how that looks. So we're going to start out with our D and our G. So that's the 4th and the 3rd string. Strike them together. Okay, and you can use your thumb to do that. So you just let it fall through those 2 strings. Okay, so you're hearing the D with the G. Now we're going to add the A, that's that 2nd finger on the 2nd fret, 3rd string. Okay, playing it together. Now we're going to go and play our B that was on that 2nd string open. Now we're going to strike through all those strings that we know about so far for that G chord. So we're starting on the 4th string. Okay, so you let your thumb fall through. three of those strings. Now we're going to add our first finger, first fret, second string, again, strum through from 4. Okay. Third finger, third fret, second string, strum through from 4. Okay. Now we want our open string on the first string, strum through from 4. Okay. And then our second finger, second fret, first string, strum through from 4. Okay. And then our third finger, third fret, first string, strum through from 4. Okay. And then we will also do that in reverse. We'll go from G back down in our scale, doing the same thing. So I'll bring the notes up on the screen while we're playing them. We'll do it together. I'll count us in on 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, rest. 4. Now the other way. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 2. Okay? So those exercises are useful. First of all, get the notes under your finger, playing them as single notes, and then harmonize them with the chords. So you hear the tonality of the G chord sound, okay? The most useful work that you'll be able to do to be able to musically apply these principles, like make up your own riffs and your own fills, is by continually hearing what is happening around the notes that you're playing, so that you become aware of the tonal center, and then you'll become sensitive to what you like and what you don't like, and you'll start to build that inner confidence of what you want to hear for your fills. Now in the case of this song that we're working on, I'll show you a fill that I made up just following the style of the song. So that's the other thing you want to keep in mind. When we echoed the melody, it was obvious that we were in the style of the song because we're playing the melody. That's part of the song. Now when we're just making up our own melodic riff, just look for a fill that kind of complements that. You're not going to try to do some kind of heavy metal lick in the key of G. It's going to really stand out and throw the song off. So you want to, as we talked about when we were talking about echoing the melody, you don't want to make it sound like the song stops. So you can do your great performance of this fill, and then everyone has to kind of reset and figure out where the song was, right? It's not a commercial. You're not pulling everyone's attention off. You're complementing this song, and you're providing some melodic interest for your listeners. So what we're going to do is we're going to play a simple melody from the key of G. So we've used key of G notes, and we're creating a cascade effect. If you listen to the original performance of this song, and you hear what is going on in the fills there's always this just gentle cascading sound of the notes going on. So we're going to try to be true to that kind of sound, and we're going to make that. Now we can play those as individual notes, or we can do something that allows us to get a little bit more what's called legato, where the notes are connected together and you hear the sounds just kind of blending one to the other, so there's not a stop of any type. And that's by doing a pull-off. And first, let's just go ahead and play those notes. I'll show you those notes. I'll bring them up on the screen there. And we're going to play third finger, third fret, second string, open, second string, second finger, second fret, third string, open, third string, open, fourth string. Okay, and those were all notes from the selection of our scale. Right, we didn't use anything that wasn't part of that scale. And what we're going to do now in this pull-off is we're going to change our fingering. We know where we're playing at this time, so we've got this kind of a chord form that we need to keep serving as we're going through our accompaniment. Okay, so we don't want to get too far from that position. So when we play this third fret of the second string, we'll use our first finger. We'll play that. And now, instead of having to strike the string again with our thumb, we're going to pull that index finger off. You can actually let it rest on your fretboard on that first string there to get a nice loud sound. Okay. Then we're going to do the same thing, and you'll see in your notation there where you see the little bar connecting them, it's not a tie anymore, right? Because they're two different notes, so you want to hear the two notes. So when you see that little connected tie-like symbol, but it's two different notes, it indicates the pull-off. Okay? Now we're going to go to our second fret of the third string. Just use the first finger again. Same thing. Okay, and then our open fourth string. So it will be third fret, pull, second fret, pull, fourth string, open. Do it with me. 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3, 4. Okay? And then what you want to do when you're playing the song is get it up to speed so that it will flow. 1 and 2 and 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3, 4. Let's try that together. If you're not up to that speed yet, don't worry about it. Just give it a try so you can feel kind of how that goes best you can. Even if you can't do the pull off, just play the single notes if you would like to. Let's do it together. 2, 3, 4, 1 and 2 and 3, 4. 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 And then you're still in this place here where you can go ahead and play your chords and get back into the song. Okay. So now let's go through and do this at the level 1 accompaniment level. So we're doing our downstrokes, our quarter notes, 3, 4, and then we're going to throw our fill in there, 4. Okay, without having to worry about doing the finger picking pattern. So it's our first step. Let's go ahead and do that on count to 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Thanks a lot. Thanks for the sun in the sky. 2, 3, 4. Thanks a lot. 3, 4. Thanks for the clouds so high. 2, 3, 4. Okay? All right, now back to level 3. We're going to throw our finger picking pattern in there. Okay, just quick demonstration. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Okay, so what's the difference? Just like when we were doing and add your echoing the melody, we don't want to wait out those notes. 1 and 2 and 3, 4. What we want to do on that fourth beat is the down up of the chord. Okay, so we'll have 1 and 2 and 3 down up with that index finger so that we keep the momentum of that finger picking pattern. Okay, so that's where our challenge comes in level 2. So let's go ahead and do it together. Actually, let's do it with the next verse because we've been singing that first verse a lot. So this we'll do the thanks for the whispering wind and the birds in spring. 1, 2, 3, 4. Thanks a lot. Thanks for the whispering wind. 2, 3, 4. Thanks a lot. Thanks for the birds in the spring. All All right, very cool. What we're going to do in the next episode is work on doing a solo where we play an entire verse accompanying ourselves, making up a little melody. Okay, so that'll be our next step. Then after that, we'll tie it all together for an absolutely spectacular performance where you accompany yourself by singing, doing fills, making up a melody. Oh, good job. Hang in there. Keep going. Thank you so much for joining me. Hope you made it to the end of this lesson. Go back to the play along parts, slow it down with the YouTube controls so you can get it up to speed, and I'll see you in the next lesson.